What if I told you that entire civilizations, thriving with millions of people, might have existed in places that are now deep beneath the ocean? Today, we're exploring the incredible theory of a lost world swallowed by the sea, a prehistoric realm that vanished long before recorded history. From a massive continent in Southeast Asia to the secrets buried under the waves, this forgotten chapter will challenge everything you think you know about the dawn of humanity. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Awaken the Humans. Today we're peeling back the layers of the ocean to journey into the heart of one of our planet's most enduring mysteries. The lost lands that disappeared after the last ice age. These aren't just myths or legends. They're gaping holes in our understanding of early human migration and culture. Historic secrets which intrigue me. Kicking off our exploration is a concept that sounds like science fiction, a world where millions once lived where today there is only open ocean. During the peak of the last ice age, around 20,000 years ago, our planet looked dramatically different. Vast, towering ice sheets, miles thick, covered much of North America and Europe. This cosmic freezer locked up so much of the world's water that global sea levels were an astonishing 120 meters, that's nearly 400 feet lower than they are today. Coastlines stretched for hundreds of miles further out, and land bridges connected continents that are now separated by vast seas. For our ancient ancestors, this was a world of incredible opportunity, a sprawling landscape ripe for exploration and settlement. One of the most spectacular examples of this lost world was a massive landmass in Southeast Asia known as Sundaland. Imagine a single, continuous continent connecting what we now know as Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and the surrounding islands. Regions that are today a patchwork of vibrant archipelagos and bustling sea lanes were once a vast, unified landscape of plains, rivers, and forests. A city like Singapore, a modern, bustling metropolis today, was part of a sprawling landmass just 10,000 years ago. That's only 100 centuries, a mere blink in the grand timeline of human history. For the people who lived there, Sundaland wasn't an archipelago, it was home. If you're enjoying this video so far, please hit like on the video and subscribe to the channel as it enables me and my family to continue to do this. As the Earth began to warm and the great ice sheets retreated, a slow-motion catastrophe unfolded. The melting ice unleashed trillions of gallons of water back into the oceans, and the seas began to rise. This wasn't a sudden apocalyptic flood, but a gradual, relentless inundation that occurred over thousands of years. For the inhabitants of Sundaland, this meant their world was shrinking. Coastlines crept inland, river valleys transformed into wide bays, and low-lying plains disappeared beneath the waves. Entire regions, along with any settlements, sacred sites, and migration routes, were slowly erased from the map, swallowed by the rising tide. The world they knew was vanishing, one generation at a time. The most tantalizing question is what or who was lost in this great flood. What kinds of human societies may have existed on this submerged continent? We know that early humans were navigating the seas and colonizing places like Australia as far back as 65,000 years ago, which means the coastal communities of Sundaland were likely sophisticated and well-established. They would have had deep cultural traditions, unique technologies, and complex social structures. Any physical evidence of their existence, the remains of their villages, their tools, their art, their graves, would now lie buried under layers of marine sediment, hundreds of feet beneath the waves. Uncovering these secrets is an immense challenge, reserved for a handful of dedicated underwater archaeologists and explorers. What we can find is often fragmented and incomplete, leaving us with more questions than answers. The ocean hides vast chapters of our collective human story. The theory of Sundaland reminds us that the history we know is only a fraction of what actually happened, written on the lands that survived the Great Melt. We may never know the full story of the civilizations that were swallowed by the sea, but the clues are still there, waiting beneath the waves. The drowned landscapes of the last ice age are perhaps the last truly unexplored frontier on Earth, holding secrets that could rewrite the very beginning of our journey. What do you think about these theories, and do any of you have any facts to share? If you do, please do share it with all of us in the comments. All curious, constructive, and exploratory comments are most welcome. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown and unconfirmed, please like and subscribe as it helps me to continue sharing my passion for exploration. This has been Awaken the Humans. Thank you for being here with me. Check out some of the other videos on my channel if they intrigue you, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.